everyone, Halima LaPlante here. I'm your wild wolf mama. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the projector strategy, which is to wait until invited. And the question every projector has, is what do we do while we're waiting? It's been my question, I've heard a lot of different answers, but I haven't really heard I've heard a lot of different suggestions, but I haven't really heard a lot of different specific answers. Just that there's magic in the waiting, right? And so I've been thinking about this week because it came up for me months ago. And I've been feeling really bitter about it because it was suggested that the only way that a projector could wait properly is to just literally just sit and do nothing. Just sit and wait for people to come to you and decide that they see something in you. And just waiting around, like someone just put you in this dark corner, and you're just waiting around for someone to come and fuck with you or something. Hey, come do this thing or whatever. But I have problems with that because the main problem is I think back to when I was a kid and just how beautiful and magical and happy I was. Those were the times when I was getting the invites. Those are the times when I was being recognized by doing the things that I love. Without I didn't wait for anybody to invite me to do the things. I just did the things. Think about just the most recently, back in my 20s, when I was in San Francisco and I was going to community college and I was taking acting classes because I enjoy acting. I enjoyed it. And I studied it. Nobody invited me to the class. I took the class. From that class, I met with the teacher. She saw me. I met with other students. They saw me. That's what led to the invitations, because they saw the talent and the skill, and they recognized that it was something that they could use, that could be useful in another project. And I ended up working with a director, and she was a dance choreographer, dancer, husband and wife team on a reoccurring play in Oakland. I was invited. I don't even know if I auditioned, maybe, but I was invited to audition or invited to be a part of this production for years. So if I had just sat in my car or in my apartment and waited, that would have never happened. That opportunity would have never come to me. So this is I see things like this and I'm like, that's the reason why I don't think projectors should just sit and wait. And also, if you sit and wait for people to recognize you, the first thing is you have to be able to recognize that that's something you even want to do, or you even can do, or if it's even something that is possible. What are you capable of? What are you capable of? How are you supposed to know what you're capable of? Or if someone is in fear or transference, or they're in their not self, or whatever reason, and they're just inviting you to do this thing that is actually completely ill-suited for you. How do you know if you don't go and explore what kinds of things bring you joy? What kinds of things are something that you're actually skilled at? How do you know what you're capable of if all you do is sit and wait for some random person to come and invite you? Or for someone in your network to come and invite you? How do you know? I bet there are people who know me in this present stage of my life who don't know that I used to act, who don't know that I used to spend incredible amounts of time making hemp jewelry. You know, like, these are skills that I have, that I love doing these things. They're fun for me. But nobody knows that. How would they know? Unless they saw me doing it, unless they saw the product of my time, my talent. How do you get seen just sitting in a dark corner waiting? And how much does that not dim the very thing that brings you light, that makes you shine? I guarantee you, waiting and sitting and wanting and yearning to do something, just to read a book, just to go out and play. Like, why do I have to wait for that invitation? I should just be able to go and do it. That's the thing that lights me up, that keeps me going. There is no light if I'm not allowed to do the things that I want to do. There is no light if I'm not allowed to explore and play and all of these things. There's no light. And if there's no light, there's no way that anybody's seeing me other than a bitter ass projector. Guaranteed. That I can tell you. Now, perhaps I'm wrong about this. There's always that possibility. But I feel very strongly. I have spent so many years, right? My son just turned 14, not doing the thing that I love and yearning for it for so long, trying to find a way to let this creative outlet out of me, trying to surround myself with other artists just so I could be around that creative energy, that creative force, that thing that brings me joy. I mean, it's not the only thing that brings me joy. Spirituality, spiritual journey, I mean, that brings me joy as well. And I don't need people to tell me that I have to wait. If there's some project that I want to do on my own, and I've got the tools and the things that I need in order to get it done, why do I have to sit and wait for someone to be like, hey, you should do the thing that you want to do? I'm going to become very bitter at everyone for not seeing that I want to do it. Maybe that's just bitter projectorness coming out and spewing all over your earwaves. There's got to be some truth to that, right? Waiting. What do you do while you wait? How do you do the waiting? I get it. Sometimes it's good to just be still. And I think that's the balance that must be found. Is when is it time for you to honestly just sit and wait and be still and just observe? Look at all the energies. Look at all the people. What are they all doing? And when is it time to get up and move yourself to go do something so that you can hold on to your joy? You can hold on to your... And I guess it's a matter of describing what is success for you. At the end of the day, if you haven't done all the things that you wanted to do, would you still consider yourself a success? Because I think that's more important. Not whether or not other people think you're a success, but do you think you're a success? Now, chances are, if you didn't finish every single thing that you wanted to do, you can still consider yourself a success. But if you sat back and you didn't do the one thing that you really wanted to do, or maybe you just follow your authority and do the thing. If you didn't do that, chances are you might not feel like a success in that moment. You might feel regret. You might feel like if only. You might just stay living in the past, wishing that you had done that. The what ifs and all that stupid stuff. You might find that following your authority and doing the thing that you know brings you love and light actually helps you to move forward in your own journey, your life's journey, to teach you the lessons that you came here to learn, to grow, to ascend, to meet a goal. And that is so much bigger than any of it. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Maybe it's something that we as projectors have to decide for ourselves so that we can educate the rest of the world on what it really means to wait. Maybe everyone is waiting for us to let them know how to wait. This is an experiment, so experiment.